Welcome to CITAM Church Online. My name is Purity Murungi, and it's always a great joy to have you come and watch the videos. And this time I would just want to talk about bearing much fruit from the book of John chapter 15. Have you ever gone to a fruit garden when the trees are full of fruit, especially the oranges, and they're ripe? It's a sight to behold. Then you come later and you come when the fruit has been plucked off. There is nothing interesting about that. The life of a believer is supposed to be very fruitful. In fact, Jesus in the book of John chapter 15 is talking about how to become fruitful. Now recently, I bumped into a young person, a believer, and we had this conversation going, and I'm asking the person, so where are you attached as a believer? Where do you belong? Which church do you belong to? Where do you feed? Because if a tree has to bear fruit, it has to be feeding from the proper nutrients. And so this young person tells me, you know, I don't belong anywhere. I go to like 4 places. It depends with every Sunday what I think or decide. It depends with where I am. So I kept on probing, and I'm asking the young person, so this is a young adult, a believer who has a relationship with Christ as they claimed. So they tell me, you know, I don't really belong anywhere, because I was asking, yes, you could be busy and moving around, but where exactly do you call home? They told me, I don't think I have anywhere I call home, because everywhere I go, I enjoy whatever someone is preached, and I don't really have to belong. Then I asked her that question. So, which family do you come from? Is it possible for you to say, you know, you live in the city, yes, but you have a root. You have your family of origin, biological family of origin. So I asked the young person, so now that you're not at your home, whether in the village, can you really say that I belong to all these people that I visit? And then we had a very hearty laughter, a very warm conversation, and the point was home. The real deal is, people, the reality is it is very hard to grow, to bear fruit, when you are talking about you are not connected to any Bible-believing community, where number one, you're committed. You know, Christ requires of us to get committed. And when we look at the book of John chapter 15 in subsequent series, in the video, in other videos, we will discover quite a lot. Why Jesus would say, abide in me. Of course, abiding in Jesus also requires that you're committed to a Bible-believing community, where you're committed, where you're accountable. Why? Because even as a believer, there are 2 things that will happen to you that you cannot evade. Number 1, you will face temptation. Number 2, you will face trial. What makes the difference? The deal breaker is a believer that is committed, rooted somewhere where they are accountable, where people can say they know you, you're growing. When you face temptation, you can be able to be accountable to a believer, other believers in the faith. Besides that, it is very hard to feed. Today you're feeding from Sarova, the other day you're at Kosewe, and the other day you're in, which depends with which country you're at, as you're watching this video, you cannot feed all over the place. At least you should be able to feed diligently from a nutrition that can build your faith, for you to be grounded. It is very difficult for you to bear fruit as a believer if you are not connected to a consistent Bible-believing community. So if you're watching this video at this point in time and you're telling me, but you know my schedules are busy. Yes, they are busy, but after they are busy, you also go back to your home. after you travel the world or after you go around doing your work on Sundays, because I know there are people that are watching this video and sometimes their work schedules can limit them from regularly going to their church, but they belong somewhere. You need to belong somewhere for you to grow. That is the only way the enemy will not take away the seed of faith, the seed of the word that has been planted in you. When a lion is going for a prey, sometimes they look at the pack and see a large number of gazelles. But they wait until there is this particular one that is deviant and is walking on their own. That is the only way a lion, as strong as they are able to pounce on this gazelle and bring it down and eat it up. If you want to remain steadfast in the faith, you must belong to a consistent Bible-believing community. Not everywhere. I know there are many food, there's quite a lot that spiritual nourishment that is being served everywhere, but you cannot be everywhere if you really want and desire to grow. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video as we talk more about bearing much fruit. This has been CITAM Church Online Youth Cafe. My name is Purity Murungi. God bless you and thank you for watching.